In this day and age, AAA games are dropping left and right, like the leaves in autumn, except these leaves come with 60-hour campaigns and enough microtransactions to finance a small country. They constantly push the boundaries of graphical enhancements in storytelling and gameplay, but it got me thinking, what if, instead of all that, we just didn't? What if we went back to the good old days, to simpler times, more specifically, to my childhood gaming days? And let me tell you, back then, there were only few games that would blow my tiny peanut-sized brain, but among them was a true masterpiece. A game with characters so rich it'll give Last of Us a run for its money, an open world so vast it'll have Miyazaki shaking in his boots, and a story so enthralling it'll make Red Dead Redemption 2 look like a child's game. And of course, I'm talking about none other than Lego Batman 2. The bricked up lands of Gotham. Pause. As a child, there was nothing quite like getting to hop in the Lego Batmobile and patrol the streets of Gotham. There was just such a sense of freedom. And as an 8-year-old, the concept of an open world game was so mind-blowing to me. You're telling me I could go anywhere I want and do anything I want? So yeah, I'm gonna do what any well-adjusted 8-year-old is gonna do. So I immediately started driving my Batmobile into crowds of Lego civilians. But this open world was huge, at least to my tiny prepubescent brain. And it was filled with puzzles and challenges and unlockables that all just felt so endless. My brother and I would spend hours playing hide and seek in Gotham's vast streets. And sure, we were playing split screen, so sure, all he had to do was just look slightly to the left to see where I was hiding, but I'm sure he wouldn't do that. But as a kid's first open world game, this made for a lot of fun times, and some challenging, like trying to take out the bosses of Gotham City. You think Consort Radon is a hard fight? I could do that fight blindfolded on a Dance Dance Revolution pad in high heels, okay? But have you ever tried to take out Killer Moth in Gotham City while he's flying all over the screen? That'll make a man question his existence. But on a real note, this Lego game innovated like crazy, and as a Lego game connoisseur, because that was all me and my brothers were playing as children, take it from me. This was the first Lego game to ever introduce an open world, but better than that, it was the first Lego game to feature actual voice acting. Gone were the days of Lego characters grunting like they were constipated and communicating like Charlie Brown's teachers. No, this time, we got real dialogue. Finally, as a child, I no longer had to read subtitles while I was playing games, and I could finally experience a story like any proper lazy gamer. But it allowed for the story to be so much more engaging. It starts off at a gala for the Man of the Year award, which, fun fact, I'm actually nominated for that this year. Bruce Wayne is going up against Lex Luthor, and right before the winner is announced, the screen goes black. And in an intense build-up with so much tension you could cut it with a knife, the Joker is revealed. Classic. It's like every Tuesday in Gotham. But this is good stuff, guys. Are you getting all this? So you know, Joker's doing what Joker does best, terrorizing the people. And only one man could possibly put a stop to these heinous acts. The Batman. So naturally, we get a wild chase that leads us through the streets of Gotham and eventually takes us to an abandoned amusement park, which I guess Gotham just has like an endless supply of those. They probably have some terrible zoning issues. But the Bat prevails and takes down this malicious evildoer and trumps his plans of wreaking havoc in Gotham. And if you think I'm making this sound serious, it's because I am. This is a Shakespearean level drama here, people, okay? But to no avail, bars won't hold back such madness as Lex Luthor aids the Joker in breaking him out using a classified super powerful weapon called the Deconstructor, which can break down any black Lego brick, which, as you can imagine, would be pretty deadly for Batman, especially in a world where everything is made out of Legos. But something of such power ain't running off no Duracell battery. They need kryptonite. So Lex offers to help the Joker get some kryptonite so he can take down Batman, as long as the Joker gives Lex some of his laughing gas to convince the city people to vote for him in the presidential campaign. Lex and the Joker set up a trap for Batman at Ace Chemicals, one of the most OSHA-violating companies on the planet. They lure Batman there just so they could follow him back to the Batcave and try and score some crystal. Kryptonite. I don't know what you were thinking. I'm sure Joker's never used anything like that before in his life. But an intense fight breaks out in the Batcave, leading to it exploding, almost killing Batman and Robin. But on election day, the people of Gotham are all hopped up on Joker's laughing gas. And as Batman arrives to stop them, the Joker arrives in some giant robot thing. This is some Pacific Rim type stuff. Batman calls in the aid of the Justice League, and they take out Joker and Lex with the power of friendship. You know, they weren't called the Super Friends for nothing. But besides the story, the gameplay was so amazing too. You think God of War is polished? You like those Spider-Man games getting to beat up waves of goons? Well, let me tell you, those pale in comparison compared to Lego Batman 2, okay? The sound and feel of getting to beat the shit out of a bunch of little Lego clown men is awesome. Hearing their visceral screams as their limbs get blown off their torsos from the sheer force of Batman's punches, it's quite a spectacle. Truly a peak in the gaming landscape that paved the way for so many incredible mechanics in upcoming games to come. You just said the same thing twice. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are you hyping up a Lego game like it's the Citizen Kane of gaming? But that's the beauty of it. Lego Batman 2 didn't need ultra-realistic graphics or a gritty, over-the-top narrative to be good. It just had fun. It took everything we love about Batman, his gadgets, his villains, his gloomy, brooding self, and it turned it into something that everyone can enjoy. Whether you were a kid building Lego sets or an adult who never really grew out of that sort of thing, it had something for everyone. It captured the feeling of freedom and adventure in a way that even the biggest open-world games can sometimes miss. And let's be real, there's something deeply satisfying about getting to drive a Lego Batmobile into crowds of little minifigures and watching them scatter all over the place. It's like Lego therapy. Plus, how often do you get to see Batman teaming up with Superman to punch a giant Joker robot into submission? I mean, that's the kind of media I'd pay good money to see in any form. What Lego Batman 2 taught me, and probably a whole generation of gamers, is that games don't need to be serious or complex to be great. They just needed to have fun. And in a maze of ultra-realistic graphics and mega story arcs, it's nice to just take a step back and look at what games at their core are supposed to do. Make us feel like kids again. They're supposed to bring out that sense of wonder and excitement, so whether you're taking down the Joker or just seeing how fast you can crash your Lego Batmobile, this game does that. If you ever find yourself overwhelmed by today's 90GB downloads and intense stories, do yourself a favor and dust off that old copy of Lego Batman 2. Get ready to feel that sense of freedom again and explore Gotham like it's your first time. But most importantly, just laugh at all the absurdity of it all. In a world of big AAA games, sometimes it is just the humble, bricked up lands of Gotham that bring us the most joy. And that, my friends, is why Lego Batman 2 is not just a great game, but a legendary one. So the next time someone asks you, hey, what's your favorite game? Don't be afraid to say it. Say it loud and say it proud. Lego Batman 2, baby. Because real legends aren't built with fancy graphics. They're built one brick at a time.